Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we all feeling this morning? Good morning, good morning. Sun is just starting to come out. Hope everyone is having a good morning. I'm so excited to be here with everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. I wrote a speech, so I will get started with the speech unless we are going into the slides first, John, or no?
I'm sorry, you want me to bring the first slide up?
I was just asking, are we going to go into the slides first, or should I start with my speech?
Well, what we can do is let them know who you are, what they need to have for your session, and then you can decide how you would like to proceed. Just allow, breathe and relax and allow spirit to flow in, and you will guide us. I'm here to assist you. So either way works for us.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm going to read from my speech that I've prepared. Please forgive my nervousness. But good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am so excited to be here with you to celebrate Women's History Month. My name is Nikki. I am the founder of Nikki's Makeup Glam, an organization dedicated to empowering women by teaching women how to enhance their natural beauty. What I love about makeup is that it's one size fits all. Makeup doesn't care if you're too fat, too skinny, too short, too tall, or too old. Everyone can wear makeup, and I mean everyone. And every woman is beautiful, regardless if they wear makeup or not. Makeup is not a cover up, but a glam up. Makeup can boost your confidence and self-esteem, and there are no rules. So for today, I'm just going to go through kind of my glam. I call it Glam 101. If you want, you can have your makeup out with you and follow along, or you can just observe as we head into the transformation. Again, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. So we can, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. Is everyone ready? Does anyone want to pause just to grab their makeup? Let me know in the chat, Facebook, everyone.
Yeah, and Nikki, let's invite the community to come off camera if they're going to be following along.
Oh yes, please, please, please.
Yeah.
If you want, come off camera. I can assist with anything. Yeah, if I can catch you, a lot of people in here. So please, if you want to come off camera, please do, please do. It would be much appreciated. Okay, I'm just going to pin my hair back, beside my face. All right, everybody have their makeup? Follow along. Are we all ready? Can I get a thumbs up? Yes.
Yes, I think we're ready. Let's roll.
Okay.
Let's glam up.
Okay.
Nikki, would
Yes, John?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I want to remind you about the list of the products so you can share what your list is.
Yes, I was just going to say, if you can bring up the slide, John. So everything that I'm going to be using here today, I have listed on the slide. So if we just bring it up for a few seconds, just so everyone can see. Now, I don't want anyone to be intimidated. There are a lot of products on this slide. Does not mean that you have to use everything. Does not mean you have to go out and buy everything. I am a makeup enthusiast, so I have built up quite a collection over these past few years. I've actually been a makeup artist for 10 years, which is crazy to say, but this is what I will be using. Alrighty. Okay, so we can take it down. Thank you, Keisha. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited that you're excited for me to be here. Okay, John, I think we can, yep, thank you. Okay, so the first product that I'm going to use is a makeup primer. Might be a little hard to see, but it's called Milk Hydro Grip. That was one of the first products listed. Primer is extremely important for your makeup routine. One, because it creates a barrier between your skin and your makeup. It also lets your makeup last a lot longer, depending on whichever your skin concerns are. Say if your skin is dry like myself, you want a hydrating primer. Maybe if you have enlarged pores, you want a pore minimizer. So don't ever skip out on your primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that. I just take about one big pump of it. And I'm just gonna apply that all over the face. So now, what I want to say while I'm applying this is, even before we get into makeup and the primer and everything, the most important part of your makeup routine is your skincare routine. If you are not taking proper, good care of your skin, your makeup is going to reflect that. It's only going to look as good as your skin looks. And I don't have a big, fancy, expensive skincare routine. I really just listen to what my skin tells me that it needs. And I give it what it asks for. So if it's asking for more moisture, I'm gonna load up on my moisturizers. A good moisturizer that I like to use is by Belief. I did not put that in the products, I'm sorry. But they have what's called an Aqua Bomb. Amazing. I live for that. Very good. And it comes in little mini jars. So if you don't want to commit to the full size bottle, which is a little expensive, it's even better. And you can get it at Sephora. Just out of curiosity, if you can put in the chat, does everyone have a kind of regimented skincare routine? And Facebook, please join in as well. Actually, this is a vegan primer. This brand, this Milk Cosmetics, everything is 100% vegan. And Robin, your face is a mix of dry and oily. So would you say that you get oily in your T-zone in the center of your face? If you do,
It's more like my cheeks. I'm sorry, I just came off because I'm typing too slow. But it's more like my cheeks that get oily, and maybe my forehead.
So a common myth that everyone thinks that oily skin, oily skin is actually dry skin. But what happens is your skin overcompensates for the lack of moisture by, mass producing the oil, unlike dry skin like myself, where it's like, all right, you're on your own. Goodbye, see you later. So really important to moisturize. You might want to find a moisturizer that is oil-free. But I would really concentrate on the cheek area. You might even have to mix 2 moisturizers together, one that's specifically targeted for dry skin, wherever you feel dry, and then use the oil-free one on your cheeks.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Of course. All right, now that the primer has...
Could I ask a question about the primer?
Yes, please.
Hi, good morning, this is Teresa. What is the purpose of the primer? What does it do?
So the primer is going to act as a barrier between your skin and the makeup. Sometimes the makeup can be a little too harsh if you have sensitive skin like me. So you don't want it to necessarily lay right on top of the skin. So it acts as a protective barrier between your skin and the makeup. And it also prolongs the wear of your makeup.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions? Facebook, anybody?
You just answered Facebook's question, which is if the primer was vegan.
Yes, yes.
You did answer it.
The entire brand, Milk Cosmetics, 100% vegan. I love it. The best, best, best. Okay, so now that my primer has set in, I'm going to color correct under my eyes. It's a little hard to tell because the lighting, I made sure I had good lighting so I don't look like a zombie this morning. But we need to color correct under our eyes, especially as women of color. We tend to have a lot of discoloration under the eyes, around the mouth area, and by the nose. And so to color correct, you're going to balance out the colors that are presenting themselves. So for instance, if you think back to your color wheel, if you have, say, a deep brown or a dark purple, you're going to counteract that color with what's opposite on the color wheel, which would be an orange or a red. So I don't know if you've seen over the years, there's been a lot of people who might use like red lipstick and they're swiping it under their eyes and it looks a little crazy and you're like, what's going on? But you're just balancing out the colors that you want to counteract. And then when you apply your foundation and your concealer, everything just balances itself out. So what I'm using might be a little hard to see, but this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is the Contour Cream Palette in medium. Milk, I do not think it's black owned by any chance. I don't, sorry. It's in the shade medium. And I'm going to mix the, see this, the yellow and the orange together, just to help brighten up under the eyes. Is anyone familiar with color correcting? Oh, and also, I have my mirror here, so I'm just kind of gonna go back and forth in the cameras. So please forgive me if I look away for a second.
When I saw Mary Kay, they had that color correcting stuff.
Yes.
I like different color correcting.
And I'm just using a concealer brush. This is an old brush that I picked up from Sephora years ago, but it just is a very fluffy head. And I'm just gonna dot that right under the eye. You don't need to drag it out too far, you know, just right where the discoloration is its most intense. And if you notice, I'm just using very light tapping motions. When we're doing anything under the eye, we want to be as nice to the skin as possible because the skin under our eyes, it's very fragile and we want to preserve the elasticity as long as possible. I know they say black don't crack, but still got to be nice to your under eye area. All right. Gonna go
So
ahead.
Nikki,
Yes.
let me ask a question for the community while you're doing that. I noticed that you're using the lighter colors of your color correction palette. Would you say that depending on the complexion of one's skin, that's how you should choose your colors? So if you're browner, would you move along the color correction palette to the browner, to the darker colors?
Right. So this shade, this palette comes in, I think it comes in 3 shades. So you have light, you have medium, and then you have deep, which is for my nice brown skin ladies. And the first two, the last 2 colors over here, they're going to be deeper shades depending on, you know, how deep into the palette color range that you get. And then second, it really just depends on the look that you are going for. So naturally, I'm a very extra person, so I like my makeup to just be very glamorous. I think in my former life, I was a drag queen, so it just really resonates with me to just be super glam all the time, no matter what. I can't tell you how many times I show up to just like a regular family function and I'm just like, hi, look at me. That's just how I roll. So it really just depends on the type of look that you're going for. You can choose the super light colors to really highlight and cover up your discoloration, or you can go with the deeper shade that's really just going to neutralize it and balance it out.
Gotcha. That helps. I hope that also helps others in the community.
Okay, so next, I'm gonna grab my beauty blender. Has anyone heard of a beauty blender before? Let me know in the chats. Admins, please let me know if anyone says. But this is your beauty blender. It is a pink sponge. You get it at Sephora. And the interesting thing about this, you have to use it when it's damp. If you use it when it's dry, it's not going to have the effect that you want. And believe it or not, this little sponge can give you an airbrushed effect without using an airbrush. I think I am one of the few artists in the world who does not use an airbrush. It really is just an expensive piece of equipment that you can really just manipulate with a sponge. You really don't need to get it. But so now, what I'm going to do, it's a little hard to tell, but as you can see, like my under eye is really bright now, but we need to press this into the skin to blend it in so that when we put on our foundation and concealer, we're not cakey. So how you start, really just, you can look up, make sure you're getting in all the crevices, and just start gently bouncing on it. Really just want to blend out all of the product. And you don't need to drag it down too much. You really just want to keep this under eye area bright. How's everyone doing if you're following along with me with your own makeup? How are we feeling? Do we feel good? Do we feel good and confident so far about the routine? And Facebook, let me know. Don't want to forget about you guys. All right. So now that it is blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my foundation. So I am using the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. I don't own any makeup except eyeliner, mascara, lipstick. That's makeup. And that's all it can be. Makeup can be whatever you want. There are no rules. Don't feel obliged to go out and buy every single thing in foundation and highlight, and whatever makes you feel confident, that's what works for you. What I like to do is pour my foundation on the back of my hand. And I do this because your body heat is going to warm up the foundation, and it just makes it apply a little smoother. My go-to look is to always have a very kind of natural glam look. So very like highlighted, cheeks popping and cut. You know, I really want to like cut you with my cheeks when I contour them out, with a very extended wing liner and lashes, of course. Because I'm a little pale, we've been sitting in the house, I need to put in my darker foundation. Mix that in. I'm just gonna mix it together with my spatula. You definitely don't need a spatula. This is just part of my professional kit. Just gonna rub these together so that they blend in.
We received some comments from Facebook that they are watching and taking notes and also enjoying your demonstration this morning.
Thank you.
We did have a question about what look are you going for this morning?
I'm going to give you as much time as it allows. I'm going to give you my kind of everyday look, which is a natural glam. And it's just eyeliner, lashes, and just a very structured face. It's not 100% natural, but for me, it's just my comfortable everyday look that I'm so used to going to. All right.
Hi, Nikki, this is Kaisha. What are you mixing with your spatula? I didn't notice. I didn't see. Oh, it's on the back of your hand. Okay.
Yes, it's just the foundation. So the NARS foundation that I have here, it's just a pinch too light for me. And I just mixed it with my kind of summer color that I'm running out of. I just put a drop in there and I just mixed it together on the back of my hand.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes. And again, putting foundation on the back of your hand, it's just a nice little trick to help warm it up so that when you go to apply it, it really just blends on a lot smoother. I just have excess, so I'm just gonna go ahead and smear that on under the eye. And I'm gonna grab my fluffy kabuki brush. This really just helps spread out the foundation. You can get this brush at Ulta Beauty. This is by It Cosmetics. Really good brush. Oh, and that's another disclaimer that I want to put out there. You don't need to go out and spend tons of money on brushes. Really just start to work with what you have and get comfortable before you want to go out and spend, you know, oodles of money on brushes if you want. Another trick that I like to do, I have this Iconic Glow setting spray. It's one of the products that's listed on the product list. I like to have very dewy skin, and dewy just means like shiny, you have this glow about you. Like I said, because I'm an extra person, I was a drag queen in my former life, I go a little overboard with it. So what I like to do is I spray my brush 3 times, and then I actually spray the foundation. And just let that kind of air out for a few seconds. Tap off the excess. I'm gonna go in, it's a little hard to tell, but I'm gonna go in and blend out what the excess foundation that I swiped off my spatula under my eyes. And again, just very light strokes. So I'm just really tapping and stamping this into my skin. How's everybody doing? Following along? And guys, please, if you want, come off camera.
Like some brushes, like for about $8, like about 14 brushes on Amazon the other day, and I was just wondering, how do you know like what's a good brush like about 14 of them.
So for me, if a brush is good quality, a good indicator is how does it feel, right? You don't want a brush to kind of be harsh and scratchy against your skin. You know, does it feel soft? Does it feel buttery smooth? So that's a really good indicator. Also, when you wash them, if the brush is falling apart, we know, okay, maybe we need to spend a little more money or try a different brand. But yeah, that's how I judge it.
No, I was just saying for myself because it's hard for me to get out to the store and get places, so that's why I was just saying of that.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a good deal or not, you know, with buying those brushes. I looked on the
Yeah,
reviews, nothing negative.
listen, you can get brushes anywhere. Really just judge, you know, how soft does it feel? And then does it play well with the makeup that you're using, you know? Is it kind of like clumping the product together and not spreading it out? You just have to, you judge based off on how it feels and how it's playing with your products.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and tap just a little foundation. And I like to start kind of on the center of my cheeks and then work my way out. So starting here and just stamping it in. Picking up a little more, going to the edges. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if there are gentlemen out there, always want to bring the foundation down, right? We don't want to stop right here. Want everything to blend in. If you so choose to drag it all the way down your neck, so be it. But you don't have to. But just make sure we're getting under the chin. Gonna do the other side. The hardest part for me is always trying to not cover up this mole. But every time in the end, I just end up having a very tan looking mole every time. Gonna go under the chin, really get the corners of my mouth. That's where I have a little discoloration, but I don't really need to color correct. Tap in the nose.
Excuse me, so how long does it usually take you to put on makeup?
Really depends on what it's for. So if I'm just putting on makeup to add some content for my Instagram, it might take me more than an hour, really depending on if I want to create a very exaggerated, dramatic look, say with very sharp eyeliner, eyeshadow. If I really need to be somewhere quickly, but still want to look put together, I try to keep it at an hour. That's really just because I can be a bit of a perfectionist, but also I think once we move into the concealer and setting the rest of the face, I tend to just want a very glam look. And sometimes glam takes a little while. But you know, it can take however long you want or need it to. It really just depends on the look that you're going for. If you want just a very natural look, it could take you 20 minutes really. I'm gonna go ahead and get up here.
Nikki, we are in a time where we are all having to wear masks when we go out. So how has that changed your makeup regimen, if at all?
It's made me very sad because who wants to cover up all of their hard work that they're doing? Sometimes because the mask is kind of just starting from here, sometimes you just do it from the middle of the nose up, and maybe I'll just give you some eyeshadow and some liner and do all of that, but then the rest of the face is just empty because, you know, what's the point? And I don't know if anyone's like me, but I sweat at the drop of a hat and it's really gross. So I don't want to create all of this beautiful work and then put my mask on and I'm just sweating and everything shifts around. I would invest, well, you can invest in a good setting spray. I wouldn't recommend this. This is just more so to kind of give you that glowy, dewy look. But a good brand is Ben Nye. It's a theater-based makeup brand, but they have what's called, I think it's called Final Seal. And your makeup ain't going nowhere, okay? Like the thing ain't going nowhere. Jesus could come down himself and wipe your face, but she's still gonna be there, okay? So I would definitely recommend that. And it's cheap, it's like $8 for a bottle like this size. It's really cheap and it'll last you forever. Okay, Facebook, how are we doing? Any questions, any comments? For anyone who is following along, how are we feeling in the process? Let me know, please.
So we did have someone on Facebook share that she too does eyeshadow and lipstick. If she's going out, she will add some face powder for even tone. And she added, she's watching because she doesn't know how to do all of this. So what do you say to people who are intimidated by all of this? I'm a little intimidated by what you're doing, and I do a little bit of makeup, but I'm like, oh my God, I do mine a little bit differently. I apply my concealer before my foundation, but it can be a lot for people who are just doing eyeshadow and lipstick. What do you say so that they're not intimidated by all of what you're doing?
Well, rule number one, don't be scared. It's makeup, it's just makeup. You can always wipe it off, you know, if you feel that it's not coming out the way that you want. Sometimes I even struggle. I posted a picture on my Instagram page yesterday, and I wasn't really happy with how my eyeshadow came out. I was trying to do this very dramatic look for St. Patrick's Day, and I didn't like it, but I posted it anyway because I still want to, you know, keep creating content, and come to find out everyone liked it, right? So sometimes it's just your perspective. We are all our own worst critic, but don't let it intimidate you, you know? And we all have to start from somewhere. The picture that you see in the slide where I'm posing and I'm looking cute, that's years of just work and dedication and practice. If I pull up some pictures from, you know, 2009, okay, don't look at me, all right? Because she looks a little crazy out there. But it's just practice, practice, practice. Don't be intimidated. You know, it's a craft, it's an artistry, you know, you just work on it and you just start little by little, but don't ever be intimidated. So I'm gonna grab my concealer now. I'm going to be using Juvia's Place. I don't think it's gonna show up. This is a Black owned brand. And I'm in the shade 15. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to dab in the corner of my eye, right up here, right? Not too much. And then I'm going to go in the outer corner, right? Now, why do we do this? Because we really want to lift the face, like we're getting a facelift. If we swipe all of this product on, one, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time blending it out, but two, you can leave room for it to get cakey, which is what we don't want. You know, as drag as I love to look and as extra glam as I like to look, we don't want a cakey under eye. I'm gonna go ahead and dab on the other side. All right, does everyone see that? Look a little crazy. Look like I'm wearing a little spot mask. All right. Gonna go ahead and grab that beauty blender that we had before. And we're gonna start to blend it out. Now, same as we did with the corrector, just very light tapping motions. And we're gonna drag it up. And don't worry that because it's concealer, you're gonna have this kind of like angled streak. It's perfectly fine because we still have to put bronzer on and that will cover it up. And I like to kind of put a little on the eyelid.
How do you find the How do you find the correct shade of makeup?
Just foundation or concealer or both?
Both.
So you can get matched in the store, which is going to be a little difficult now, unfortunately because of Corona. But what I'm noticing now, especially since Queen Riri came out with Fenty Beauty and the inclusive 40 range, 40 shade color range, you really just kind of have to take a wild guess and just match up and go from there. Unfortunately, it's not a exact science. A good way to even know what you are, you have either you're either yellow based neutral, or you are pink red. And a good indicator is the underside of your arm. When you look at it, does it look yellow? Does it look a little pink? Do you not really see a color? Is it neutral? And that will tell you, do I need to have foundation that's where the color is a little yellow base or is a little pink base, or do I not need it because I'm neutral? A good place to start to learn whether you are in the what color family you're in, drugstore makeup. So L'Oreal, they have their color match foundation, and they have like Y6, which might be for, W6, which might be for warm, right? And warm means yellow. And then they'll have C, like C6. C is for cool. That's your pink undertone. Then you have an N6, which is just for neutral. I would highly recommend buying some of those buying those foundations and seeing where you fit. And once you play around with that and you get a good match, then you can go into kind of any makeup store and say, okay, well, if I'm this shade in here, this looks the same, this is what I can choose. And for concealer, it really just depends on how bright you want your under eye to be. Some people don't want a bright under eye. They kind of just want to neutralize the dark circles. So you want it to be the same shade. If you want a bright under eye, your concealer should be 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation. That's a good rule of thumb. And if you want it to be the same, you just buy a concealer that is the same shade. I did see a question about cakey. It's a little hard to tell with the camera, but cakey is where it's very evident, it's very obvious that you have a lot of product on, which is something that you don't want. You don't want to look as if someone can sit here and just like scrape everything off of your face. You want your makeup to look as natural as possible. So that's what cakey is. All right, so I have blended out both sides. Now it is time for my favorite part, which is baking. Does anyone know what baking is, out of curiosity? Facebook, does anyone know what baking is? While we are waiting for an answer, this is my Juvia's Place setting powder. This is in the shade Sahara. And setting powder is what you use for under your eyes to set the concealer that you just put down, because you don't want it to crease and start to break apart under the eye. And you also will set the rest of your face to hold your foundation in place. Oh, crap, too much. Does anyone know baking?
I just know it's white stuff you put on your face.
It's white stuff you put on your face. It's a little subjective, but okay.
So Yoldine dropped in the chat. She says, is it letting the makeup dry or set on your face?
So you are sort of correct. So what baking is, I have here on my palette, I let out some of that powder that I just showed you. And I'm going to pick up excess powder and I'm gonna let it sit under the skin. And this is called baking because we are literally just gonna let this sit on top of the concealer that we just put down to give us a nice glow. So we need to bake Dolan. Gotta bake that onto eye. This is part of this is more of a glam look. But like I said, I'm a drag queen, so I like that extra, just look at me. So how I do it, I'm gonna go in under the eye, and I'm not gonna firmly press in. So as you can see, maybe a little, if you can see it that way, powder is kind of just sitting on top. Yep. So we just have this little halo going on. And do the other side. And this is so good because it really just sets that concealer, gives you a nice glow under the eye. And really just locks everything in place. Sorry?
Excuse me, what did you say what's the thing, is that first palette? What you said that first palette is called again?
Oh, it's Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour.
Oh, okay.
Contour cream kit. I just use it to, take the powder off of it.
Yeah. I tried that makeup. I tried that. I have a like a stick, and it's really good. It doesn't break my face.
Yes. I have a stick from Juvia's place, but that's a more intense contour, and we don't have enough time to get into that. That could be another session, but yes. Okay. Wow. So we have our powder on now, and we're good. Is everyone good following along?
Yes, so Nikki, there was another question in the chat. Cassie says, could you just use concealer?
You can, however, you have to set your concealer. And so what'll happen is, if you just use concealer and you set it, then you kind of have this kind of ring right in the center of your face. And you want it to sort of, just look natural and just say like, no, I woke up like this, I'm fabulous. What are you talking about? So what I would recommend, if you don't want to really just go full force and follow all of these steps, you can use a concealer. I would set it with a face powder, a foundation powder, and you don't have to be heavy-handed when you apply it. Just kind of get you a fluffy brush like this and just set your concealer with that face powder and then go all over the face so that you just have this very seamless look. Okay, now next best part, eyebrows. So I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Chocolate.
I love that pencil. It is so easy to use.
Yes, I love it. So it's double-ended, so you have your actual pencil on one end, and then you have a spoolie on the other end to brush out your eyebrows. Now, again, you can do whatever you want. There are no rules in makeup. I just happen to prefer a very manicured brow. That's just my preference. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, twist my point up. And I'm going to, how I do my brows, my theory is your brows should fade into existence. So I don't use a very heavy hand, very light feather strokes, and I leave the kind of beginning of my brow alone so that it just like fades fades into fabulosity. For the sake of this camera, I'm going to use just gonna use my compact mirror so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I just trace along the bottom of the brow, and I extend my tail as long as I want. Good method for knowing the 3 points of your brow. The beginning of your brow is gonna line up with the end of your nose, and then you can do a nice little angle. That's gonna be your arch. And then matching with the corner of your eye, that should be where your tail ends. So I'm gonna go in and just trace along the bottom. And again, very light strokes. Don't wanna press too hard.
Sometime with the eyebrow, people be looking too crazy sometimes with those eyebrows to me. I don't know. Like people say I should cut my eyebrows, but I don't like all that cutting on my face.
No, don't cut your brows. You do, first of all, you do what you want, right? It's your life. You do what you want, girl. But no need to cut your brows. You just
My eyebrows are thick, and my niece is always trying to get me to cut them and make them be
listen.
skinny.
If that's what God gave you, then you got thick brows. It is right. It is what it is, right? Right. And you trace them and you just follow the line as need be. Don't feel compelled to do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, because it's all about enhancing your natural beauty. You need to bring out the Naomi Campbell in you, because everybody got Naomi Campbell in them. Do we agree?
I love that you keep saying it's makeup and there are no rules.
Yes, there are no rules to beauty.
So how would someone apply their brows if they use powder instead of a brush?
There are angled brushes. Wait. Excuse my millions of dirty brushes. There are angled brushes. Can everyone see that? And the same way, say if this was an eyebrow powder, the same thing. You just dip it in, tap it in lightly, right? Don't want to pick up a lot of excess product. Dip it in, and the same thing. You just follow your natural line. Do we see the difference between these two brows?
Yes.
Right? And all I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't do anything fancy. I just traced along the natural line.
That looks so nice.
Thank you. Just gonna trace along the natural line.
Excuse me, did you say not to cut your eyebrows?
No, if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Okay. I mean, like arching?
Oh yes, please, arch all day. Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because yeah.
But if that's your preference, if you want a straight brow, I love me a good straight brow. It's not meant for me. It's not meant for my facial structure, but a nice, good, sharp, straight brow. Oh my God, I die. I love it. I gag.
I want to look curious. Okay.
Yeah, but whatever you feel makes you your inner superstar, your inner Naomi Campbell. Okay. But I love me a good straight brow. It just wasn't not in the cards for me, and that's okay. I work with what I got.
So there's a question in the chat. Can you take it while you're doing your brows?
Can I tape it?
Can I ask you the question while you're doing your brows? Okay. So Geraldine says, are there any particular steps someone who doesn't wear makeup regularly can skip if they want a natural look?
If you don't want your brows to be defined and sharp, you can totally skip your brows. If you are comfortable with your skin, if you don't want to camouflage any imperfections, honestly, you can just put on some mascara and some lip gloss or lipstick and call it a day. It really is about what you want to enhance. And if you don't feel comfortable with how anything looks, what you want to camouflage. Again, there are no rules. It's whatever you feel makes you look your best version of yourself. So now that the bottom is filled in, I'm just going to fill in the rest of the brow, just light strokes. And all I'm doing is just following the natural shape. Light strokes. And you see it just really starts to build on its own.
So it's just like when you color, like, you know, when you go on the coloring book, you stay in it inside the lines.
Yes, stay in them lines, girl. Stay in them lines.
And then you fill it in. Okay.
Yep. As you can see, I'm not going all the way to the front. And excuse my paleness because it's so hard to see sometimes. But I'm not going all the way to the front, right? Because we just want it to fade into existence. When I get to the top, same thing. I'm not creating a line. I don't, for myself, my preference, I don't like to create a line at the top. I feel like it gets too structured. And I like a natural defined brow. And your brows don't need to be sisters. They can be cousins. That's fine. They don't need to be twins. I know for me, this is my bad brow. Like, it gives me a lot of problems. She gives me a lot of difficulty. This is my good brow because I just do that. Boom, that's it. She's done. So I got to spend extra time on my bad brow.
So Nikki, it is 7:56. And I'm going to drop your information in the chat. But if there's something that you want to say to the community while you continue, please go ahead and do so.
I know some of us are leaving to go to work, go to school, whatever you're doing. I thank you so much for coming and waking up with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Women's History Month. Thank you for being here. You can find me on Instagram at Nikki Makeup Glam, all one word, no crazy spelling, Nikki Makeup Glam. And I am on Facebook as well with Nikki's Makeup Glam, '*S. And my email is n.maldo6190@gmail.com. And I'm also offering a $50 makeup beat your face. So if you want to take advantage of that, please do. Okay, so this brow is good. Do we see the difference? Hello, look at this. Come on, yes, arch, right? Okay, we're gonna go in with the other side. Like I said, this is my good brow, so it doesn't take me as long. And just tracing the bottom.
So Nikki, I've noticed that there are makeup artists that do that have different techniques and they apply differently. Is that truly a matter of preference?
Yes, because again, when you are a professional artist, it is artistry, right? So however you can perfect your craft. A lot of artists, I think I'm like one of the few people left who still use a pencil. A lot of people like to use that kind of pomade where you dip it in and you spread it out. I have a difficult time using that. I prefer my pencil. Still gets the job done. Brows are still super sharp. Just your preference. And I don't like my brows to be too dark. That's just my preference. I just like a very softer brow because I already feel like I'm all up in your face with, you know, this fro. I just like my brows to be a little tamer. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in the rest.
Nikki, I have a question.
Yes,
So,
please.
did you follow the Netflix show Glow?
No, I did not. I keep meaning to watch it, but I have not seen it yet. That's with the wrestlers, right?
No, Glow is it was a makeup reality show with the makeup artist. But anyway, the question that I asked, because the artists were using makeups that was very looked like paint like, They was
Mhm.
actually in canvases. It seemed like they was doing, it was like you said, artistry on people's faces. And I wanted to know what type of makeup were they using. Were they using face paint makeup? Or like you said, some of them were airbrushing, you know, to get their the picture, well, the portrait, I want to say, that they was trying to make. But I was just wondering if you knew what type of makeup they were using.
Some brands have these kind of like cream-based products. Makeup Forever has, I think it's called the Artist Flash Palette. And it has like about 10 pots, and it's just kind of these bright colors, and you can do so much with it. If you want to create eyeliner with it, you can mix a little water in it, and now it becomes this kind of like liquid eyeliner. If you want to do a face paint with it, you can. You can really just use it for whatever you want. Some colors aren't suitable for certain parts of the face, but they have that information in the packet. So they could have been using that. They could also be using just cream-based products in general. So like the palette that I showed earlier, the contour palette, that's cream, right? And it'll look like you're painting because it's a cream product. Okay, I think the brows are good. Now we're gonna
With that show that Kaisha's talking about, it's a great show, Nikki. It really is good.
Okay, I definitely have to check it out. Slack on my Netflix.
Beautiful.
I'm a bit of a nerd, so I tend to watch a lot of anime on Netflix. Any anime lovers out there?
Oh, my daughter loves anime. I don't get it, but I try.
It is the best. If you come from a household where your mom was or your grandmother was watching soap operas in the afternoon, I gotta watch my shows. Leave me alone. I gotta watch my shows. That's what anime is. Okay, it's just in cartoon form. Okay, please don't knock it, please.
Okay, I'll try again.
My mother gives me the hardest time for anime, and I love it. And oh my god, the shows get so crazy. It's so intense. You get emotional. You know how many times I've been watching the anime crying? I'm just like, oh my god, what is happening here? Okay.
Oh, goodness. So I have two questions as you continue. One, I'd like for you to share with us how you got into makeup, how you became a makeup artist, all of that. And then if you could share, are there any products that are suitable for children? There are some children that are artists themselves. They may be performing artists, and so they wear makeup when they perform. Is there a brand or some guidance that you could offer to them? Would it be different for them even?
Yes, and just before I answer your question, I'm going to carve out my brows, meaning I'm just going to take concealer. This is MAC's Studio Finish Concealer in shade NW35. I'm just going to carve out the brows to really define them. But what was your first question? How did I get into makeup, you said? So I used to watch my mom put on makeup. All I'm doing to carve out my brows is I'm just following the line. That's all I'm doing. I used to watch my mother put on makeup all the time. And I want to say when I was about 18 or 19, I just started experimenting. And I had a blush by MAC. I can't remember the name of it. But I used to wear that as eyeshadow. I used to get a lot of compliments on it. And then it just built from there. And I'm old school, meaning I was down with YouTube before it is what it is today, and influencer, and that wasn't even a thing. So I used to sit there, and for 4 to 6 hours a day, I would just watch YouTube tutorials, and I would just watch it over and over and over to, just practice and do what they did. And it went from there. And really, over time, it just developed. What I've come to realize is makeup can be a therapeutic tool. And that's what it is for me. One of the reasons why makeup, I'm just dragging down the line that I drew. I'm just dragging it down to cover the whole lid. One of the reasons why sometimes it takes me so long to do my makeup is because this is my happy place. And it doesn't matter that I am not super skinny. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters in that moment. I'm just sitting here and I'm just making myself feel pretty. And it makes me feel so happy. And it makes me feel so confident. I'm just gonna sit here and just be in my happy place. So that's what it has transformed into for me. And as far as your second question with for young kids, really, I mean, you have play makeup, but you know, you can still use regular makeup. And again, there are no rules, really. It's a parental preference as far as, you know, how much you let the kid put on and you know, if you let them go outside and if you feel comfortable. But to be in the house and to practice the craft and the artistry, you can use the same products. And you can always, a good brand that is cheap and accessible is e.l.f. Now, I don't know if some people have been rocking out with e.l.f. since the beginning, but back in the day, everything from e.l.f. used to be $1. $1, okay? And they have some good stuff, they still do. And now that they've, you know, expanded and grown, now they want to be fancy. Oh, this is $3. Oh, this is $10. But yeah. Excuse, my son might make an appearance here. Okay. Sorry, everybody. This is my son. He just woke up. Okay, go ahead. Okay. So we're gonna carve out. So it might be hard to tell. I don't know if you can really see.
I see it. It's nice.
I have the concealer out here and I haven't blended it out. So it's kind of just like all over the place. Don't worry. We will get to that. I'm just gonna carve. I'm gonna quickly carve out the second brow.
So do you have to get like some kind of certain license in order to do what you're doing?
I don't know if things have changed, but when I first became an artist, you do not need a license. You can go to school. I am a self-taught artist. I did eventually go to school to see if there was any techniques or skills that I could pick up, but I didn't really pick anything up. If you want to be an esthetician, then you have to go to cosmetology school, but you don't need any type of license or certificate or anything. It helps if you go to school because when you graduate, you get your certificate, you can qualify for discounts on makeup. So say MAC, there is a pro store. Oh my God, I hope it's still there. I haven't been to the MAC pro store in forever. I think it's on 50th Street in the city. I can't remember. But you can get a 20% discount on your makeup. Same thing with a brand, another theater-based brand, Cinema Secrets. You can get a pro card. You get 20% off any makeup just because you have a certificate. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna grab my beauty blender again, not taking the powder, going on the bottom, and just smooth out all of that concealer that I put on. Mind you, we're still baking. Don't forget, we are still baking. That under eye is gonna be gonna gag when you see it. All right. Just lightly bounce, blend it out.
I was gonna ask you about the bacon. Does it stay like that?
No, oh no, girl. Dust it away like you dust your axe away, like, see you later. You know.
How long do you leave it on your face?
How long do I
Leave the bacon on your face?
Personal preference, you can bake for 5 minutes, you could sit and bake for 20 minutes. It really is just how set you want the under eye to be. Oh, I forgot to ask this question. Does anyone know, out of curiosity, where baking originated from? Take a wild guess. It would make sense with something that I have been saying throughout this entire demo. If anyone wants to throw it in the chat if they know. All right, this is blended out.
Said the esthetician. Excuse me, you was talking about the person who works on the people in the funeral home, right?
Sorry?
What is esthetician?
It's like a cosmetologist, so they really deal with your skin.
Oh, okay, thank you.
But baking was started by the drag queens, so they could just have that nice glowy look. I'm telling you, in my former life, I was a drag queen. I just know it. I just know it. Like, they're just beautiful. I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead with that leftover powder that I used to bake. Just gonna go ahead, set. Yes, RuPaul, Mother Ru, Mama Ru. Just gonna go ahead, tap up here. Set on top of the eyes, set the eyelids.
That looks beautiful, sister. So beautiful.
Thank you. Look at that. Look how far we've come. It's taking me a minute because I'm talking, I'm running my mouth, but look how far we've come. Look at these brows. Okay, you walk outside like what? You got something to say? What? You said something about my brows? What? Okay. All right, now we are done baking. I'm going to grab a fluffy brush, and all you do, like I said, you don't want that X no more. Bye. See you later. See you later. And you just brush it out. You brush it away. Bye, hater. Brush the haters off. You got something to say about my makeup? Too bad. It's my face, not yours. That's it. We have a nice, can anyone see that nice little just little glow under the eye? Love baking. Love, love, love it. All right. Check the mirror.
That's fabulous, sister. Fabulous.
Thank you. You made it. Okay. Gonna fly into these next steps because we are running out of time. I have an angled brush and we are going to carve these cheeks out. I'm using the NYX matte bronzer and this is the shade Deep Tan. Contouring is really what you're comfortable with. I like a very sharp look because like I said, I need to cut you with that cheek. When I look at you like, what you say? So I'm just gonna go in, tap some of that product, tap off the excess on the table, a little more. And you're gonna start at the high point because we wanna create a lifted look. I'm gonna go in and just tap. See the difference? See how we have now created dimension? When you put all the products on, and especially with matte foundation, you have no dimension. Your face can be very flat. So we're going in and we're creating dimension. The other side. If it looks a little harsh, it's okay, because we can grab a brush with no product on it and then blend it out. Now I like to camouflage my double chin. So I go under here, just follow the frame of my face. And look at that. What double chin? I ain't got no double chin. What are you talking about? Talk about? You lying. I ain't got no double chin. You know what you're talking about? Bronzer is good because it's also going to warm up the face, make it look like you've been outside, especially since I haven't been nowhere because of COVID. And we're just gonna go around the forehead, minimize that forehead, add some more warmth to the face. All right, everyone good? Do we still have people on Facebook? Everyone good? Who's following along? How we feeling,
Yes.
ladies?
We still have people here. I do have a couple of questions. One, how do you select your color for bronzer? And then there was a question about, are there any specific chemicals that are in makeup that we should avoid?
Chemicals to avoid. When you are, if you choose to bake and if you are setting your under eye concealer, be cautious of any setting powders that have zinc in them, because if you take a flash picture, she's gonna expose you. She's gonna betray you. And she's gonna show up in your pictures. So keep that in mind. With bronzers, really just depends on your complexion, your skin tone. This one works for me just because, you know, I'm a little more fair, I'm a little lighter. So this really warms up. There are brands, say like Fenty Beauty, that have good bronzer options for deeper skin tones, and it works fabulously. A shout out to Fenty Beauty because just perfection. There was another question. What was the other question?
Just about chemicals to be avoided in makeup. So you mentioned zinc in your concealer, but is there anything else that say, you know, the community should stay away from because maybe it's harmful to the skin or harmful for your health?
I would take into consideration silicones. Sometimes silicones don't vibe well with certain skin types. So just be, you know, just be cautious. Really, you're not gonna know what affects your skin until you try it. So it's kind of just like a pick and choose and see what happens. And you can always get a free sample of a product at Sephora. If you don't want to commit, get a free sample. I have been getting a free sample of this Kate Somerville goat milk moisturizer. It is amazing. Your skin feels like butter, and it's $70. I probably could have bought 10 of them by now, but I just refuse to commit. And every week or so, I'm like, hey, can I get my free sample, please? Thank you. Because yeah, let's just, you know, do it. Why not? So we're gonna move on to blush. This is MAC Cosmetics in the shade Melba. It's a very just pinky blush. Now to apply my blush, I make a really weird face. Have you ever been on a bad date and he makes a joke and you're just like, right? You're like, you're not funny, but I'm here. I'm here for the free food. That face that you make, that's how I used to apply the blush, right? So I just kind of like give a fake smile, like, and I focus on the apples of the cheek. Bring that color back in. And then drag it up a little. Got some color back in there now. Notice that we lose a little bit of the contour, but it's okay. We can go back and touch it up. We're gonna go on the other side. You're not that funny, but this lobster tastes really good, so I'm still gonna be here. And just tap light feather motions. You don't want to beat your face up, right? We are beating our face, but you don't literally want to beat your face. All right, just follow that cheek. All right. Now what you can also do, this is optional, take a little and just sort of brush across the forehead and the chin and the nose, just to bring a little color all over the face. All right. Now, I'm going to apply some eyeliner. I'm using a liquid liner. You can use a pencil. Liquid liner does take a while to get used to. This one is Kat Von D. This is a tattoo liner. This is a vegan brand for anyone else who is interested in using vegan products. And this is in the shade Trooper Black. So I'm just going to trace along my lid line. And naturally, out of habit, I swear I don't do this on purpose. It's just like muscle memory. To create my wing, just going to follow the corner of my eye. So hopefully you guys can see this, because this part is a little hard to show. Does anyone else use liquid liner? Do we use pencils? Do we use gel? Let me know in the chat.
I'd be afraid it's gonna get in my eye, so I don't like it. I'd be afraid to use it.
Listen, I've definitely stabbed myself in the eye a few times.
Mm-mm.
You just gotta breathe. And when you feel like you need to blink, you pull the liner away.
And when I see people look so beautiful, but I'll be like,
Definitely is practice. I have definitely stabbed myself in the eye a few times. I'm just like, oh, well, all right, guess we're just gonna have some black eyeballs today. And to do the wing, I'm just literally following the corner of my eye. We now have that cat eye. And I'm just going to
with that liner. Wow, that is so pretty, Mama.
thank you. And I'm just gonna follow. I'm just gonna follow what I did at the top. Excuse the silence. It gets intense when you're putting on wing liner. I want to commit. There's our cat eye. Liner is a little dry. A little dry. Okay, this right eye might be a little difficult because I'm left-handed. I got a position, but just tracing the bottom lid. And I don't like it too thick, too thin. It's like a medium. Could everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm amazed that you're doing this with one hand.
One good rule of thumb, if you're trying to create a wing, or even if you're just doing a straight line, do not tug your eye, because when you pull it back, right, this is not the natural position of your eye. So your line is going to be a lot thicker than you want it to be, right? So I'm just going to look in my mirror and do my wing on this side. And sometimes your wings don't look the same, but it's fine. Just tracing. Now you're just filling in. Sorry, you guys can't see this part. I'm looking in the mirror. Okay, so this wing is clearly thicker than this one. So we're just gonna go in and add to this one. And even them out. I typically do my right wing first on this eye because of the fact that I'm left-handed. And so this one comes out a little janky. And this one I can just like flick it and be done with it. But just want to smooth that out a little more.
So did you share for those of us that don't, or those in the community who may not want the wing, where would they stop when they're applying their eyeliner?
You're gonna stop right at the corner. Right at the end. And again, don't pull, don't tug your eye. Just cleaning out this wing to make it a little sharper. I know we are running out of time.
So it is 8:26. You can let us know how much more time you will need.
Can I please get 10 more minutes max? Is that all right with everyone? Does everyone consent to the 10 minutes?
We ready.
Cool, great. Where's my...
So are you going to do eyeshadow as well?
No,
Okay.
because that will definitely, we will be here all day. I left my eyeliner. It's okay. We are going to apply some mascara.
Now I asked about the eyeshadow because I wanted you to share with us if you were applying eyeshadow, would you be doing your eyeshadow first and then your eyeliner, or your liner first and then your eyeshadow? And does it matter?
Yes, you definitely want to do your eyeshadow first, and then you top it off with your eyeliner. Okay, I'm gonna make that face that everyone makes to put on your mascara. Does anyone know how long you were supposed to keep your mascara?
6 months, I think.
Okay, we got 6 months. Anyone else?
I think I heard 3 months or 30 days, something with a 3.
30 days. And 3, and I think I heard someone say 3 months, right?
Until you stop hearing it pop when you take it out. When you take the what you're using now out of the bottle.
The spoolie, yes. Okay, so the answer, drum roll please. 3 months. Tres meses. 3 months. 3 months, right? And this is extremely important. You know why? There's so much bacteria in your mascara. If you keep it longer than 3 months, you're subjecting yourself to tons of infections. You can get an eyelash infection. You can get a staph infection. You don't want to mess with a staph infection because I've seen some staph infections get crazy where people get paralyzed. Or you can get like a sty in your eye. Who wants that, right? 3 months, ladies, 3 months. Now, when you first get your mascara, there is enough product on the wand to do both eyes, top and bottom. But because this one is on its way out, I gotta dip it again. Now, it's my personal preference. I don't buy expensive mascara. And that's only because I always wear false lashes. Even if I'm going for a natural look with no eyeliner, minimal contour, I'm still popping on a pair of minimum eyelashes. I can't. That's the drag queen in me. I have to have lashes. I will never not be without lashes. And in case I get this question, I don't get lash extensions. It's just not, it's not my gig. I'm not knocking it. Totally support anyone who wants to do it. It's just not my thing. Because I just prefer to be able to rip them off at the end of the day. Okay, we're just gonna do the bottom.
So while you're doing that, let me tell you what's happening in the chat. We had a couple of people leave, and before they left, they thanked you for this. They said that it was informative and they enjoyed it and said that you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Teresa Plaskett asked, are you only adding liner to the top eyelid?
I want to add liner in my waterline, but I left it and I use white liner. I use white eyeliner in my waterline because it helps to brighten the eye and wake it up.
Okay.
But I left it, so we're gonna pretend like it never existed.
Great. Afua says your wing is dope. There is, you look beautiful in the chat as well. And then there was a question about brushes and what do you use? What do you use to wash your brushes?
Washing your brushes is a two-step process. Sorry, I randomly break out into a British accent. You can use Cinema Secrets. This is a brush cleaner. You can get this on Amazon or you can get this at Sephora. Let me tell you, back in the day, this was only available on one website called Camera Ready Cosmetics. We've come a long way that it's available on Amazon and Sephora. So, but this is great. It will take your brush from looking like this, all this product on it, to what? Me? You talking to me? I'm brand new, right? So use this. To actually like get up in there and wash it and dry it overnight, I use Dawn, the dishwashing liquid. There are various brush shampoos that you can get if you want to spend the extra money, but sometimes I like to be cheap and I use Dawn. Gets the job done. Okay, so now we're gonna go in, we're gonna finish this look. I didn't bring my highlighter either. This is crazy. I was so nervous today, guys. I forgot to bring my highlighter to pop these cheeks out. I'm going to go in, I'm gonna go back with my bronzer and just touch that out. Really pop them cheeks out. And to pull this look together, I'm just going to use Fenty Beauty gloss, and this is in Hot Chocolate. No liner, nothing, just pop it on there. I would apply lashes, but we have run out of time. this is what I would normally put on, right? It looks crazy. I promise you it's not crazy. It's just amps it up just a little bit. But if I can have another session, a little 30-minute session, I can teach you how to pop these on. But this is your final product.
So how long does it take you to put on the eyelashes?
Takes me like a minute, 2 minutes. You have to brush on the glue. You let it sit and dry for 30 seconds. We're about to get up close and personal right now, but you just pop it right on top. You don't want to put it on your lashes because when you take them off, you're going to rip your eyelashes out. You just want to put it like right on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
But this is it. I'm gonna grab my glow spray because I like to glow, but let that settle in. Creates a nice little glow for the skin. Flip the hair. All right, and boom, that's it. We cute now.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
You better work, Diva. Work.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
Thank
did it.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, queen. You look
Sorry
beautiful.
we didn't get to the lashes. I really wanted to put them on, but it took a long time doing everything else.
We got
But
4 minutes.
Your
You know,
face
that's
is beat. Where you going?
not the couch.
That's
The
okay.
couch, okay? I quit my job. I'm starting
That's
a new job on
right.
Monday, so these are my chill days. So I'm gonna be right on that couch,
Beautiful.
looking cute.
Well, congratulations on your new job.
Thank you.
So Nikki, you know, that brings up a question for, and I've heard it before, and you've probably heard it as well. How do you prevent your makeup from getting on your clothes, getting on your couch, if you lay down, if you hug someone? Is there anything that you can do to prevent the transfer of makeup to something else?
When I hug people, I just give them the good old fashioned Churchill, like, hey, how you doing? Don't touch my face. Thank you. I spent so much time on it. I haven't really found a way to keep it from like getting on your sheets or your couch or things like that. And that's just because of the fact that I use dewy setting sprays. They do set your face, but because you are adding a glow to it, it's never really set 100%. If you use the setting spray that I was talking about from Bed Nye Final Seal, like I said, your makeup ain't going nowhere. You know, Jesus come down and wipe your face. You still looking fabulous. So I would invest in that spray, and it's so cheap and it will last you forever. It's so worth it. It's so worth the money. I believe we have some closing slides that we need to get into, but again, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for letting me be here today. I really enjoyed demoing this with you, and hopefully I get to come back and we can do a more in-depth for your wing liner, or putting on the lashes, creating a smoky eye, talking about skincare, whatever you guys request. To take off my makeup, I just use regular makeup remover wipes. This is just a list of all the products I used today. Again, you don't have to go out and buy everything. Really just whatever you want. Look at that eyeliner coming back to haunt me that I didn't get to put on. I really wanted to put on that white eyeliner. We can go to the next one. So this is my contact information, you guys. Follow me on Instagram. I do these content posts on Instagram at Nikki Makeup Land. On Wednesdays, I do Zoom Slay Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, we do Color Play Friday, where I tend to do kind of more dramatic looks, and Zoom Slay is kind of, I post more kind of tame glam looks. but tame for me is just like the extra zhuzh. My email is n.maldo6190@gmail. And you can also find my page on Facebook at Nikki's Makeup Glam. If you want to make any love offerings or donations, you can do this via Zelle or QuickPay at SOWleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com. On Cash App, you have $ Spirit of a Woman. And we also have cash.me/$Spirit of a Woman, cash.me/$Spirit of a Woman. And the code is #285NM. Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Diva, that's my mom's favorite word, diva, diva, diva. Diva, that's her Hulu profile name, Diva. There's my mom at the top, Laura Joseph. So please join her on this Sunday, March 21st for Jezebel, a revisionist story. That's going to be good because I have been hearing about it for quite some time. It's going to be a good story. And then also join us on Monday, March 22nd for, I can't see, let me move this over, see if I can see the full slide. There we go. Join us on Monday, March 22nd for Christ and Crystals, Spiritual Awakenings, Revelations, and Healings from a Christian Intuitive Medium, facilitated by Cashel Campbell. Look at those locks. Yes, sis, get it. Okay, Naja, do you want to take it from here?
Sure. This is an invitation to those people that are new to our community to raise your hand, drop it in the chat. We want to welcome you and invite you to come back again. Don't let today be the first and only time that you join us. We are a community, and we are welcoming others to join us as we learn, elevate, and ascend. So please come back, register, follow us on Facebook, and join us. Join us. This is our schedule. We are live Sunday through Thursdays, and our 90-minute sessions are on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And on Monday and Wednesday, we have 30-minute sessions. All of our sessions are live in Zoom and also streamed on Facebook. So please join us, and remember that Friday and Saturdays are days off for you to absorb the material that we've shared and learned, and apply to your lives. We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary on Monday, March 9th. It is our 30-minute day, but we are going to be in the space for 2 hours, celebrating 365 days of awakening. So register, get ready, join us. Some of us, I don't have it near me, some of us have already ordered our Woo swag. So we invite you to order yourself some Woo swag. There are sweatshirts, t-shirts, face masks, mugs. There might be something else, but join us. Get yourself your swag, wear your swag. You can start wearing it now. I'm already drinking out of my mug, but get it and have it with you on the day of our celebration on Monday, March 29th. And then here is the link to order your swag. So these are the ways to stay in touch with us. And we'd like for you to be in touch so that you get your emails, you get reminders for the sessions that you've registered for, and you get to stay in touch and be community with us. So here's the link to register. You can screenshot this page. It should be in the chat as I'm speaking. And so you can grab the information and stay in touch with us all of these ways. Today is Thursday. If you are interested in all at how all of this works, how it's all put together, and how you can join us in bringing this to the community, we invite you to join us, to volunteer. There are many ways. So if you are so inclined, you can stick around for a few minutes. I am not sure who is going to be in the session after this, but there will be someone who is already volunteering with us, and they can talk with you about the many different ways that there are to volunteer and welcome you if you want to join us.
Nija is Teresa. I'm sticking around.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, so Teresa will be in the space. So you're in great hands. And now, John, did you want to say something, or would you like me to let us know what time it is now?
You can continue.
Okay, I saw you come on camera. I wasn't sure if you were going to take us away. It is time now, community, for us to shower Nikki, fabulous Nikki, who is all glammed up and got all glammed up for us this morning, to shower her with love and energy. So unmute yourselves and share with her your appreciation for this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you,
La,
Nikki.
la, la,
It was
la.
great.
La, la, la,
So
la.
many pieces.
You
You look
have great
gorgeous.
commentary.
Yes,
It's
I
really
love the
great.
presentation.
Well, love
It
you.
is so,
La,
yeah.
la,
Thank you,
la.
thank you, thank you
Here,
so much.
mama in the
Nikki.
back.
That was a dope
You
experience.
look so beautiful.
You were
Awesome.
beautiful
I don't know if
before.
I'm
But
beautiful.
Yeah.
Can't wait for you to
Now.
come back
So
and show us how to
beautiful.
put on our
You rock,
eyelashes.
you rock.
Yes.
Yes.
Look,
Thank you so
You
much,
rock. That was
Nikki.
beautiful. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Oh
Awesome.
my
Wonderful
gosh.
commentary. It's so great.
Yes, I
It's
know.
great.
Thank you, John and Nigel.
Thank
Appreciate your
you.
love.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
to my admin team. Thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
admin.
thank you,
Thank
What an
thank
awesome
you.
presentation.
They know how to make a
Beautiful.
session flow, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they do. Just
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Thank
they're
you, Miss Laura
amazing.
Joseph, for
Thank you for
um,
taking care of my
blessing with
baby,
your beautiful
admin team.
baby.
Love you.
Thank you,
Thank,
Laura Joseph. That's good
thank
shit.
Thank you for
you.
sharing her with
Love.
us.
That's
This is
awesome.
Yes,
great.
so beautiful.
thank you
Make,
so much for having me, you guys. I really
Can't wait
enjoyed
for you to
this.
you want
come
to
back.
add, make, you want to, I'm going to try some of that makeup now. I never did it, but I'm going to try it. That's how good I
Yes, girl, do it. Do it.
It's so nice.
Do it.
Oh,
Everyone have a
nice.
blessed
What a
evening.
sweet
I
baby.
wanted to hear what's the
Thank
drag
you.
queen name. What's your drag queen name? You
Oh,
for yourself.
I haven't come up with a good one, which is sad since I've been doing this for so long, but I haven't come up with a good one yet. I don't know. So if
Okay,
anyone
when
could,
you come back then.
yeah,
You gotta give us
right.
one.
I gotta think of one all these years and I still don't have one. I don't even have like a good tagline if I was on a show, you know, it's just, but yeah, but I know in my former life I was a drag queen because it's just like, it resonates too much with me. No one who is willing to just do all of this stuff to go to the corner store. Me. Just me. But
Ever
thank you
ready,
guys.
ever ready. Awesome, awesome
Have
presentation.
a great
Thank
day.
you.
Peace and
I'm
blessings.
glad you enjoyed my commentary. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Go get more deliciousness in your debrief, sis. You did a
Oh,
great
that's
job.
right.
Thank you. Have a great day, you
You
guys.
too.
Thank
Until
you.
next time.
Too.
All right. So, Nikki, do you have the Zoom information for the debrief?
This is, yes, I see it, I see it. I
Okay.
will hop on now. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great day.
Okay.
Is there anyone staying for volunteer?
Yeah. Who do we still have in this space? Hey, Z.
Hi, Teresa.
Hey, Shauna. Hi. We still have Marie Lavelle in the space. Marie, are you staying on to find out how to volunteer and what that would look like? Or maybe she's in the middle of something. Okay. So, well, good morning, because we're still streaming to Facebook. My name is Teresa Plaskett, and I am one of many volunteers here at MakeUp that supports the the machine, the Woo Nation, in presenting what you see on a weekly basis. So just a quick introduction. My name is Teresa. I'm also a member of the slides team. So those slides that you see, I work with a group of about 6 of us now, I think, that help to create those slides. I am an onboarder, meaning I support the facilitators in getting them set up to actually facilitate on their session day. We have Shauna who's in the space if she wants to introduce herself. And
Absolutely.
come
Good
on, bring
morning,
it.
Facebook and everyone else out there. Welcome to the Woo Nation After Talk.
Oh, I like
My-
that.
My name is Shauna Mejia, and I am also a volunteer. I have volunteered with doing the Facebook postings before, and currently right now I assist with the coaching. So anyone who's wanted to present, I assist with one-on-one coaching, as well as providing assistance if they need for doing the Facebook Live the day before, doing the video of introducing yourself and what you are going to be presenting on your actual day. So it's been a lot of great education that I've learned being here on this committee, and so much more to learn. It's been fun. I feel like a great a techie. You know, they say Trekkie, I'm a techie now. Before I couldn't call myself that, but just wanted to invite you all to come and just be open. If you're open, there's so much that you can do. Your gift is still going to be valuable to any of the committees that are here.
Awesome, Shauna. I like that. The after talk. You know, we have our own, space we're creating and co-creating in the space every single day. I see that Zakia, are you still on? I see you're still in the space, but I don't know if you're still on, or give her a couple of seconds to see if she can come on. Z is she's also one of our new volunteers. She's on the slides team. She's in a lot of different spaces supporting the work that we're doing as well. And I know in session, it was mentioned that there are a lot of moving parts and a lot of different ways in which you can get involved and support the work of Wake Up Everybody. And Shauna and I just gave just a quick intro of some of those areas. However, if you wanted to learn more, if you are interested in volunteering, please reach out. I'm going to put up the slides, Shauna, the last slide, so we can see the email address.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so let me make sure I can do that. And, oh, sorry, I should have had this in presentation mode. See, always learning. So yes, if interested in joining our team to volunteer with us, you can definitely email info.wakeupseries@gmail.com, and our community support persons, our liaisons, will respond back with information regarding admin training and session dates and information to get you onboarded and ready to rock and roll with us. Shauna, do you have anything else you wanted to offer or say?
Sure, I just wanted to share some of the other committees that is available. They're also the Love Share, so collection of the Love Share is also a committee. Community engagement, being active on Facebook, for instance, doing the prompts and so forth is also another aspect. Assisting with the marketing is also another committee that they have. The fact that we are going to be celebrating our 1-year anniversary is another committee that they have as well. So the Facebook too, if you wanted to do the Facebook, you could do that. You usually see in the morning, Charmaine is now our official Facebook person who's usually there. So just doing that, being on the admin team, we're in production with learning how They do this every single morning. You just had Nija and you had John Carl. So if you also wanted to learn how to do that, that's also available. So there's so much behind the scenes. There's also onboarding. So when the presenters get their official one-on-one to talk about what they would like to present, you can do that as well. So that's why I'm just sharing that it's a lot of spaces that you can fill with just assisting with administrative items. And I'm complete.
Thank you, Shanalei. Thank you so much. So family, come volunteer with us. It'll be an awesome experience. And what I did not know coming into the space, I've definitely learned. I've been stretched and continue to grow. And most of the things that I'm learning, especially with slides and with onboarding, I'm also applying to my outside life, quote unquote, at work and with some other projects as well. So this is definitely a space where we can continue to ascend and transform and to expand and just to add more to our toolbox. So I am complete. Shanalei, anything else for today? Let me stop the
Just
share.
give us the call, reach out to us via email, and everyone have a beautiful day.
So I guess we're signing off for the after talk.
All right.
Okay. All right. Peace and blessings, family. See you soon. Bye, Shauna. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye, Z. Okay.